It's August 12th, 2025. It's just about 4:34 in the afternoon, and you're likely watching this a little bit later, obviously, because I've recorded it and it takes some time for me to get this up to the channels I'm posting on. Today's forecast is brought to you by Rabathan, Mackay, and Marshall. Um, we'll talk about the weather, but I want to talk about the fire situation first. I'm going to level with you, folks. I've been really hesitant to share a lot of information about the Kingston fire, and I know a lot of folks have been asking. So um, I'm going to talk about it here now. So what you're looking at here is a perimeter of where the fire likely is from the Canadian Wildfire Information Services website. Inside that perimeter, you see a lot of dots. Those are basically satellite indicated hotspots, which is where fire has been within the last 12 hours. The red ones are where fire has been detected in the last 6 hours. This fire is over 6,000 hectares in size now and did burn into Ochre Pit Cove last night. I know many of you are wanting to know if your homes or cabins are still standing. Please be patient. Please practice kindness, because for anybody fighting this fire, it might even be too dangerous to even get into any of these areas where the fire is burning through right now. Up the shore a little bit, up towards Northern Bay, you're likely not in an evacuation order just yet, but you might be, as the wind direction is going to start to push this fire more north over the next couple of days, really tomorrow and Thursday it looks. So please, heed the latest evacuation orders as they come in and pay attention to those notices, which are more like a heads up. Now, speaking of the evacuation notices, we're looking at the Paddy's Pond fire now. That has grown substantially on the south side today. Again, same thing, the dots are where fire has been detected in the last 12 hours or less. That fire has grown to the south side, and if you kind of extrapolate where the fire could go if it continues on that trajectory, it's into the Galway area, Southlands, and if it goes more north, it's Paradise and CBS, which is why both of those areas are now under evacuation orders, or excuse me, evacuation notices, not orders, evacuation notices. So this was put out yesterday. This is the evacuation notice for CBS and Paradise. And that was made by Lucas O'Brien, that map there. So thanks to Lucas for that. And so that was put out yesterday. Again, evacuation notice, meaning you could be given an evacuation order at any time. And then we have parts of St. John's now under an evacuation notice as well, which is Southlands and Galway, which is really looks like anywhere kind of south of the Harbor Arterial. So if you're in any of those areas, kind of keep that in mind. This includes the Glendenning Golf Course. Keep in mind that you need to be ready to go at a moment's notice, so having your go bag ready is not a bad idea. And it's just, obviously it's not a great situation to be in, but it's the situation we're in right now. On top of that, we had a new fire break out today, this one in Spaniards Bay. And this picture was taken by Michelle Cooper a little while ago. And it looks like that fire was being actioned by a couple of helicopters and I think a water bomber. So hopefully we've got some good news coming out of the Spaniards Bay area. That was the view earlier when the helicopter was actioning the fire, and that was taken by Karina Noseworthy. Karina, thank you very much for sharing that with me. And I've also heard tell of a new fire near Whitburn. I can't confirm that one, and I'm just going to check the socials real quickly while I'm here. I don't see a whole lot. Okay, so what I do see as of 3:30, Spaniards Bay, parts of Browns Road were asked to evacuate immediately. I don't see a whole lot else other than that right now. So that's kind of where we are for the time being. Now, the reason that some of these fires are just burning so hot is it's so fast, and they're just sparking up, is because it's super dry. We've had like no rain. It's warm. I mean, these are temperatures as of 4:38, 29 degrees in St. John's. Gander's reporting 34 right now. On top of that, we have humidex values near 40 in Gander, 41 in Terra Nova, but there's no humidex in St. John's. And that is not necessarily a good thing, because it means the air is dry. And we are actually going to see a decrease in the humidity as we go into this evening, which, when it comes to fires, even if we had kept the same temperature and bumped that humidity up, that would make the fire spread far less effectively. But the humidity is going to go down this evening. Temperatures are warm. The fire burning in Kingston and Paddy's Pond is going to probably grow a little bit more in size here this evening, as much as I hate to say it. So on top of that, it's also breezy winds in St. John's right now, west at 41. So we've got three perfect elements for really effective spreading of fire. It's warm, it's dry, and it's hot. And that will start to get impacted a little bit here over the coming days. The reason is the moisture in the air is going to start to increase. So what you're looking at there is what's called precipitable water and how much moisture is in the air. So this gives us a good indication of like, is it going to feel humid or is it going to feel dry? And today it's dry. Tomorrow we should start to see an uptick in the humidity, and after that it should be significantly more humid as we kind of go into the latter part of the week. Humidity levels, even at like 50, 60%, can have a really big difference on how these fires behave. And the humidity levels look like they are going to be much higher over the coming days, especially tomorrow and Thursday and even into Friday. So that should help quell the fire growth at least a little bit, hopefully. On top of that, we're going to be seeing temperatures not quite as hot over the coming days. We're looking at temperatures tomorrow mid-upper 20s again, but hopefully not mid-30s. And then as we go into Thursday and Friday, a little more cloud cover, maybe even some showers, which should help keep things a little bit cooler. And again, that should help keep the fires hopefully from spreading as effectively later in the week. But again, the winds is what I'm really kind of concerned about at the moment. It's not so much the speeds beyond here, it's the direction. Notice as we go into tomorrow, the winds turn more southerly. And so fires will go in the direction they're being pushed. And so if the wind's from the south, the fire is going to go mostly north. If it's from the west, the fire goes mostly east. So as we start to get into the situation where the winds turn more south, areas of CBS and Paradise who are on evacuation alert really need to pay attention to those notices. And if that becomes an evacuation order, the winds should swing back around, it looks like, on Friday or Saturday. The fire is also impacting air quality in a lot of areas right now. The air quality warning up for the Avalon North and St. John's and vicinity. It's fairly localized, though. Heat warning up because it's very hot for much of Newfoundland and parts of Labrador. I mean, look at Labrador right now, temperatures in the mid-upper 20s. Humidex mid-upper 30s in some areas. We are seeing some showers and storms cooking through Labrador right now. I wish we had some on the island, but we don't. But again, we can clearly see the smoke from those two fires burning in Kingston and around Paddy's Pond with those two little plumes there you see south of Old Perlican and between St. John's and Bay Bulls. Future radar will show that we are going to see some showers pushing through Labrador overnight on the island with the increase in the humidity. Maybe some fog south tomorrow, but a better chance of showers looks like Thursday. We might even get some rain for parts of eastern Newfoundland Thursday night into Friday, but right now I'm not locking in on that, but I'm going to hope for it. And if it does happen, it's likely not going to be that much rain, unfortunately. For the day tomorrow in Labrador, again, the heat warning remains, low to mid 30s. On the island, we talked about temperatures, but over the next couple of days, temperatures are going to be mid-upper 20s. But again, the humidity comes up a little bit, which should slow the fires down and hopefully make them a little easier to fight. Beyond that, we are looking into the tropics. We've got Tropical Storm Dexter, or excuse me, Tropical Storm Aaron, which is moving west now at 37. That is likely going to become a major hurricane later in the week and may play a role in our weather potentially next week, but way too soon to speculate on that. And we'll talk about it as that's necessary, but right now the focus is on the fires and the weather surrounding them. I'll have an update for you as needed this evening or tomorrow morning. Let me just rephrase that. I'll have updates for you as needed on all my channels. Between now and then, stay safe, follow your officials for evacuation orders if they do come, and have a very good Tuesday evening.